And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yeah. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to Power Rangers, yeah. Now it's morphin' time, I'm ready to go.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's hard out here for a pimp, bro. Let me tell you, man. I know you guys saw that I said I had a fight that I was supposed to be doing later on today, but I ran into a 12-year-old and he kind of put the hit on my face, so I won't even be able to do that fight later on. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the show tonight. This is, of course, color commentary, where we give you views. I can't even see the camera, bro. Where's the camera at? Oh man, views from a different side. Of course, we're going to be talking about the great movies Creed 1 and Creed 2 tonight. Let's go ahead and get into this amazing show. Oh, and of course, let me let you know right from the beginning, you got to subscribe to survive. All right, let's go ahead and get it done. In the red corner, contestant number 1, coming all the way from Durham, North Carolina, Charlie Chuck Taylor.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's your boy Chuck Taylor here. Yes, we just saw Creed 2. I done watched Creed 1 at least 3-4 times this week. So I am straight up ready to get the fight on, son. Until I saw how much training this brother had to do to get that part. And I was like, no, it's Thanksgiving. I need to go eat and watch TV. But I will definitely watch the movie again and again. And it was good. But we're going to review this on this show. So let's go.
And in the white corner, wearing inappropriate gear for a fight, coming all the way from Paris, France, Europe, it is Danny Aceblade. Quick, what's happening, sir?
You know who it is. It's your boy Danny J. Quick. Yeah, I'm not fighting. I'm not hand fighting nobody. I'm bringing a weapon. Look, I wouldn't have fought Drago to save anybody's life. This dude was too big. I said, Jesus, how he gonna beat this dude? It's straight up impossible. But I had a good time watching the movie. I'm glad we're doing both movies because for some reason it took Rashad a whole 2 years to watch Creed 1 when we had been telling them that it was great. So here we go. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rashad Waters, owner and founder of Block Band Music and Publishing, where we give you music and instruments for marching bands across the nation. Let's get ready to rumble. Mr. Danny J. Quick, go ahead, sir. Let's actually go backwards. We're going to talk about Creed 2 first, because we know that's the one that just came out and everybody wants to talk about. Go ahead, sir, and tell us what your feelings on that. 5 minutes, sir.
Are we talking about Creed 2 first? Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna say it was better than the first one, but there were certain parts of it that I enjoyed more than the first one. Namely, Drago. The whole villain setup was extremely dope to me. I don't think I've seen a sports movie that was done like this. Like, I like sports movies all the way back from the Mighty Ducks. Me and Chuck used to watch the Mighty Ducks together all the time. D1, D2,
D2, D3.
We used to watch that together on VHS all the time together. And that's probably like the pinnacle of, even now if you watch it, it's still a great movie. But just the battle, you saw what each side was fighting for, and it was really cool to see how they developed Drago and his, why he came back now to fight. The whole struggle that he had been through ever since his father lost, all those years ago to Rocky. Then you saw how that legacy really, really hurt Creed and how, just the name Drago showing up, how it really affected him in his day-to-day life. And it was like his whole life stopped when he when he when he heard the name Drago, and he saw, yo, this is this bloodline over here almost ended mine. You know, I grew up without a father because of this guy, and now, you know, I have the chance to at least put my hands on this dude. And you saw how that really affected his mind state going into the first fight, and how his new father figure kind of helped him get through that. And then also on the other side, Drago, his wife and his mom, Drago's mom, leaving him, how it spiraled him into a whole depression, and how he couldn't even function as a father to his son. And it was just crazy. Like it was real good. Like I almost felt bad for the Drago team. Even though I'm cheering for Drago. I'm cheering for Creed, but you know, I was like, yo, Drago, I mean, I understand why he wants to win the fight. And you don't usually get that in a sports movie. You see why, you know, the other team is the bad guy. They always have, you know, either the horrible coach that's being a slave driver to the other team, or they're just the cocky, you know, uppity people who need to be defeated. You don't really feel like that. And I think 2018 has been a really good year for villains. Ever since The Dark Knight, really, villains have been more and more not approachable, but yeah, you feel that empathy for villains nowadays. And I really like this new wave of movies. It really makes movies more relatable and really real life, because everybody has a story. Even villains have things that are going on with them. So, hey, I liked it, man. Creed 2 all the way. I when we talk about Creed 1, we can talk about the impact and all that stuff. But from a film, I don't know, man. They're pretty close to me. They're pretty close to me. I'm not gonna say that number 2 is better, but they were pretty close to me, and especially with the, you know, developing of the relationships and stuff like that. So I don't know.
All right, so we got 1 point here. Got a couple of in from Danny Quick. It's Charlie Taylor in the red corner. Go ahead and get your hits in there, sir. 5 minutes.
Well, let me see. I'm a huge Creed fan. I saw the first one, I was hooked. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors, but Creed 2 just brought it to another level to me. I guess the way the movie was so, I guess it put you in a lot of tough positions. You kind of got to see Creed, Adonis, from a different point of view, being I guess fragile, being a father figure, kind of understanding that he has to build his way back up after he was up so high at the beginning of the film. His relationship with her name was it Bianca?
Bianca, yeah.
Bianca, right? Yeah, Bianca, and how her life, she went on her career path, and she's a singer now. She signed. How they are basically living the dream almost. He's a champion of the world. She's killing it in her industry, and then they hear like, "Oh wow, you're pregnant. You what? We're pregnant. I'm gonna be a daddy." Like, and they kind of feel like the whole thing changed. It's like, oh my gosh. So it was so cool just to kind of see that, you know, happening in the film at the beginning, and then like when the Drago stuff just came, it just like bulldozed everything down. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like when they just come to Philadelphia to challenge you and just like make a mockery almost out of your father's death. I was like, oh man, this is the dude asking for somebody to lay some hands on him or something. It's like this is getting kind of a little bit over past boxing almost. And I liked what you said, Tori. Drago was super intimidating. When I saw him training, I was like, I felt like how Rocky did when he was talking to Creed, talking to Adonis outside. He was like, he's dangerous, bro. I'm dangerous. I was like, no, you ain't that type of dangerous, bro. He will end you. So I definitely felt like from his character development and the way that they made him look, like he was scary. The son looked way scarier than the dad on that Rocky when he was fighting Creed's father. But I was like, wow, this dude is amazing. But
yes,
this movie, I really enjoyed the fight scenes. Those fights were so impressive. I mean, you felt every dang punch. I watched the first one and it was good. and you felt some of the punches. But this one, you was like, ooh. I know I was in the theater like, oh, my ribs.
Yeah.
He just broke something on this side. And I saw Rashad. He was on the seat beside me. He was like, on a couple hits to the face. I was like, good gosh, this is really entertaining. So I think the directors did a really good job of taking the good things out of Creed 1 and trying to, kind of make his own, I guess, make his own type of feel for the second movie. With the music, the training montage was awesome when they went to the desert. I really enjoyed that whole, like, they started with I forgot what song it was, but it was more like an old song and like more like an old broken down type of song. And then it just like builds up, and then you hear the track drop once he kind of feels like, okay, I'm ready to take this over. And he's feeling like himself, and he's starting to win in the ring. He's starting to win when he's training. He's not falling out, running in the desert like he was before. He's ready for the fight. So, but yeah, this movie was amazing. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it multiple times. Definitely.
Nice. Okay, all right. A couple hits. Seems like my camera is taking a couple hits here. So
he can't see you.
You might have to just deal with listen to my voice here. So just close your eyes and hear what I have to say. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I don't go over my time. Creed 2 is a positive story about overcoming your situation, kind of like every Rocky movie. Creed 2 was really what I was expecting Creed 1 to be. The training montage was good, particularly the part with him training up close, like when he put his foot in the tire. Like, that was really cool to me. And the fights were epic, man. Like Charlie said, I was ducking and dodging and stuff, man. And the sound effects was like woof, woof. And man, I was like so many times, like, that was amazing. However, the problem for me was that I saw Creed number 1 the same day. If I had seen Creed number 1 3 years ago when it first came out, I definitely would have had a different opinion about this movie. But seeing this movie back to back, I found that it paled in comparison to the first movie. I feel like it had a lot of.
Bye. See, that's what happens when you start saying anything negative about Creed, you just get taken out. It doesn't matter if it was good about the first one. It's just difficulties.
Well, we know because we talked to Rashad several times this week. He talked about how Creed 1 was so much better than Creed 2. He said that what did he say? Creed 1 was like the best movie of all, like one of the best
movies ever seen. I mean, I think it's up there. It was one of my very best movies. Like, I would sit down and religiously watch it over and over again, no matter what time of year, and I always finish it. I don't just like watch it like a scene or something. I put it on, just catch myself watching the music. The way the music ties into any of Ryan Coogler's films, it just seems to be pretty much. I mean, he's epic at that. The way he composes that. But let's see if we can get Mr. Rashad back on here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And Ryan Coogler is a fairly new director, but this dude is putting together a really good resume. From Black Panther to Fruitvale Station. Then Creed. Did Creed come out? No, Creed came out after Fruitvale Station, right? After. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, like, this guy's just a mess, and he didn't direct Creed 2, but he did produce it. Like, I think he co-produced it, right, with Sylvester Stallone. So
you talking about this one?
He produced it. He didn't direct it, right?
No, he did not direct it. Who is the actor that directed this? I actually was talking to someone about this earlier because I've seen him on a couple of shows before. Let me get his name, because he was amazing. I know Rashad probably has his name written down.
Yeah, of course he does, but
director. So we'll wait.
I enjoyed it, man. I really liked it. I wouldn't say that 2 is better than 1, but I really enjoyed the second one. Oh, and Felicia Rashad, I cannot give this woman enough credit, man. Like,
she's so awesome.
She was only in like 3 or 4 scenes, but like every time she came up on the screen, you were like, "Yo, that's really somebody's mama, right there."
Yeah, that's really somebody's mama. Like, every black man or woman's like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." I understand. You're right. I am a grown man. Like he was like, "You a grown man?" I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, I am a grown man, but I thought you were gonna, give me some advice. Give me your no grown man. You can do what you want to do. You grown. We all heard that before when I'm with our mothers. You grown. It's like that don't sound like a very confident.
That scene where where they were gonna talk about what were they coming to ask her? They were coming to ask her about. I'll tell her they were coming to tell her about the fight. But she was like, "Oh, I know what it is," and then she flipped it on her. She was like, "You pregnant?
You pregnant?" Yeah, I was. See. Only problem with that, I did not understand. Like, did she not know about the fight? Because she played it off like she didn't know about the fight.
Right.
Until when he first did it. So I was a little unsure about that. But yeah, she sniffed out that pregnancy real quick. And you remember when Bianca had the wine? She has a wine about to drink, and they all look at her and she fits it back in there. We were rolling in the theaters on that one, man. That was just so amazing the way they did that.
They did a really good job with that movie, and me too, man. Tiana's Rocky is her favorite movie series of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So when the first Creed came out, we really we went and saw it. We immediately bought it on Blu-ray. I listened to I wish this is one movie that I was really looking for a director's commentary, but I didn't have one on the Yeah, so I was really disappointed in that, but the movie was so good on its own. I watch it probably once or twice a month also. So shoot, yeah, I'm down, man. Like I hope they continue with it. I wish they would have gave us a tease for what's happening next with it. I'm spoiled by Marvel because they always give you that tease at the end of the movie.
I did stay and wait to see something where somebody's training somebody else in the background, but no, nothing came to pass. I was wondering because one thing that this movie did, I don't know if you noticed it at the end of the movie when he won the fight, Stallone didn't get Rocky didn't go in the ring.
Oh right, yeah,
Rocky sat there so he could shine. And I was like, it kind of felt like on the actual series, like he's giving Creed, this is your series now. Like I'm stepping out of the spotlight, and it's gonna be Creed. Not be Creed and Rocky. It's gonna be Creed. And I just might make some cameos.
I definitely caught that. Me, when we were watching it, we were like, Tiana thought that he was gonna die at that moment because the movie, the music came down. It was a little somber. They They showed him giving him the fist bump, everything, and then it faded away. He was like, "Yo, she was like, is he about to die or something? What's going on?" And I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Nah." I think that he's just passing the baton. But I wouldn't be surprised if the next movie he does die. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like they definitely have, I guess the way they brought these movies in, they made you care about so many different people. Like I really care about their relationship with Creed and Rocky. And and now that he's a father and he's married to Bianca and he also has his relationship with his mom back on top, I think that kind of made it a little easier for Rocky to kind of step back a little bit. And also when Creed decided to fight Drago, he left him up in Philly. He moved his whole family to California. But I mean, that was the wrong decision. But that to me, that also showed a lot of growth on him because he became a man that even though he might have made the wrong decision, he made a decision. He stuck with it. He didn't go like, "Hey, will you please train me? I really want to fight. I don't know such and such." Like he's like, "Hey, I want to fight this dude. I got to do it for my dad." And he got his tail whooped. It didn't last long. Now that shot that he got punched in, I thought he might have died when he was on his knee. I thought he died. I was like, all right, that's the end of Creed. No more Creeds after this. He just killed that man.
He just murdered that man in the ring, just like his dad.
Murdered that man, like he murdered like his dad, like his daddy. That was horrible.
Bro. Oh, something else I thought was pretty cool is I think that this is one of the first movies that really passed the baton the right way. I listened to, I wish this is one movie that I was looking for the commentary, but messing everything up. I hear myself echoing because Rashad.
The green screen, man.
The green screen. But no, I was saying
used from a different side. Peace.
we were watching,
Is that where we are?
Die Hard. You know the Die Hard movies.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching the Die Hard movies. In that last Die Hard movie, they tried to pass the baton off to this new kid. You know, his son, you know, is a CIA agent and all that stuff, and it just wasn't done right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, they tried to do the same thing with the Bourne movies. They tried to pass it on to a new character, and they did it with, I think, James Bond in this movie series is like the only ones that have done that effectively. They really do a seamless, even though, you know, we know Bond isn't the same person, it's the same character, you know. And I can't think of any other series that has done it like this. And yeah, I hope they make 3 or 4 more Creeds.
Yeah, definitely. Well, since we have Mr. Rashad back from his beatdown, you ready to go ahead and give us your thoughts?
Hey, yeah, I had to take Drago out. I had to just kick him in the nuts, basically. It's the only way to take him down. Okay, so yes, like I was saying, there was some missed opportunities in Creed. We talking about Creed 2?
Yeah, we're still talking about Creed 2.
So yeah, like the daughter being a spoiler alerts, guys. Spoiler alert. So just, you know, hum to yourself for the next couple minutes while you see my face. So yeah, like
doing that the whole time.
The daughter being born deaf. Like, that was cool, but it was just something that happened. Like, it didn't affect, like, after she was born, it didn't affect anything else in the movie at all. They didn't have to do anything special at all for her. You didn't see that. You didn't even know for sure that she was deaf until the very end of the movie when you see the earplugs on her ears. Bianca going deaf, like, that was introduced in the first movie, and then at the beginning of this one, you're like, he's proposing to her, and, you know, she can't hear, and you're like, oh, man, like, what's going to happen? Like, I thought that was going to be something that you would see, that she's going to have to be dealing with that, particularly during the training montage. Like, I thought it was going to be something that happened kind of like with Rocky getting cancer in the first one, that, you know, that she's having to deal with that, and they're having to fight that battle together at the same time as he's preparing for Drago. Like, they really missed an opportunity when they were sitting down, and she had just come back from the studio, and you know, he's like, you know, like, I wouldn't be anything if I couldn't do what I love. And she could have been like, yeah, baby, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're going through. I just came from the studio and I couldn't hear anything. I can't do what I love either. Like, they could have done that, you know, but they didn't, you know. To me, Adonis's character didn't really have any character depth like he did in character, like in number 1. Like in the first one, he was dealing with rage, loneliness, hope, conviction, father issues, nervousness. Like, it was so many things, and Ryan Coogler was doing such a great job of showing you all these different personality traits. In this one, at the beginning, he was just arrogant. Like, that was just the main thing. He was arrogant, and he was a little bit nervous about proposing to his wife. In the middle, that's when you start to see some other things about him. And also his reaction to Rocky after Rocky didn't want to train him. Just didn't seem right to me. Like, after he had gone through everything with Rocky and helped him with getting through cancer, and then to push him away, particularly since it was his own fault, you know, not Rocky's. Like, it's kind of like this. Like, if I tell my friend, hey, man, I want you to teach me how to drive a Lamborghini, and he says, no, bro, you can't handle it. And then I put myself in a hospital because I can't handle it. Is it my fault or is it my friend's fault? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And lastly, just a part that didn't make no sense to me. To me, there wasn't a reason for Creed not to fight Drago. There was no reason for that. Again, this movie kind of picks up off of Rocky 4. And in Rocky 4, Drago kills Creed. So you're like, oh man, this dude is a killer. Rocky, don't fight this dude. But in this one, yeah, he's a big guy. But that's it. So basically, as a boxer, I mean, don't get me wrong.
You just had to look at the man's training. I saw his training. I thought I was gonna die.
Fine. All of that is fine. What I'm saying though is, and in boxing, you can't just say, "Oh, he's a big guy. I can't fight him." Like, that's not how it works. If you're the champ, you have to fight, you know, the contenders, not just say, "Oh, I can't fight this dude because he's big." They should have done something to make it so that, you know, like what's his name? Dude just put people out and just knocked them unconscious. They should have built up the villain some more.
He did that. The 2 fights that you saw, he destroyed those. But in Rocky 4, did the first Drago, did he kill anybody before he fought Creed. I don't think he killed anybody.
Not before he fought Creed, because to me, the whole thing with Creed was just to build up for the fact that Rocky shouldn't fight him because this guy is a killer. Now, don't get it twisted. There was at least 5 minutes where I had to go rescue Charlie and D and let him into the movie theater. So then it was after the movie started, so perhaps I did miss something, but I did see him like at the very beginning. He fought a guy and he put him down. But to me, there just wasn't enough build up to make it so that no, you should not absolutely fight this guy. But other than that, like I said, it was a good movie. It just wasn't the masterpiece that Creed 1 was. I can't wait to talk about that.
We're going over time, but I wanted to tell you why you're wrong. Okay, now this second movie, he was dealing with the same amount of stuff. He was dealing with that apprehension. You could tell even when he became the champion, like he was just, it wasn't that he was arrogant. He was just so focused on winning that he didn't even realize that he was the champion until Bianca came into the ring and said, "Do you realize what you just did? You became the champion." And then he was dealing with the legacy and when he became champion, him not feeling like he was enough, like feeling like why he even talked about, why don't I feel like the champion? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done all of this, I've beat these people, I became the champion, why don't I feel like it? And that was the struggle with him fighting Drago, because he didn't have a father in his life. He didn't have that moment to experience with his dad, and that's what was important to him. So we'll go back and watch it again. I don't want to take up all the time, but me and Chuck already talked about Creed 1. So do you want to talk about it again, Chuck, or do you want to just let
I guess the main thing I want to say about Creed 1, after watching it, I think I watched it maybe 4 times this week leading up to
4 times.
4 times. Yeah, I watched it. It was like my go-to, like it's middle night, I'm kind of bored. Let me just throw in Creed because I'm enjoy it. Just the way Creed was a masterpiece. It really was. It was definitely one of Ryan Coogler's greatest movies. I think it's his best one. It's right up there. It had, only reason I would say Black Panther, because he had more actors that had to, add into that movie besides Rocky and Creed. But that one is awesome. The whole flow of the movie just flows so great. I mean, it just comes in, it starts off wonderful, kind of gets you right in the point. You see Adonis leave his job, start boxing professionally, and go right into everything. Like leaves his mom's, goes to Philly, and is definitely eye-catching. Kind of gets you just turned on to the movie, like, oh well, this is pretty interesting. It didn't kind of have a slow pace at all. And then once it gets into him introducing himself to Rocky, and just kind of seeing that back and forth with Rocky not wanting to train him, and him just still focusing on his dream, him just focusing forward, like I'm going to be a boxer, regardless if anybody helps me or not. He's up in there training by himself. He's been doing that his whole life. So that was pretty cool, just seeing him that way, and then having him meet Bianca and everything. And so just the whole flow of the movie. And then it jumps right into the training and his actual 2 fights that he does. The camera work on the fights are really good. I don't think the impact of the actual punches were as focused on the second one. The second one, you definitely feel those punches. You like, ooh. But the first one is like, it's more of like, more of an art type of film that he did. Like the way he had the cameras just stay directly on him throughout the whole fight scene, and it's turning, just going to each of the opponent's face back to back. So I thought those were pretty cool on the first one, and I definitely love the music on the first one. It just tied in so great to the film. Like it's like his key. It's like Ryan Coogler's greatest thing is like the music that he puts in with his particular parts of the movies. They just touch you so much. They get you so involved emotionally into what you're seeing on the screen. So I think that's the only thing I can see that was not on par with us on the second one, is that you didn't feel that connection to everything. And then like you were saying with Rocky having cancer, that whole scene there was like, whoa. It's like it just like him training in the hospital, him, sacrificing everything, them falling apart and coming back together, and they're becoming a family. They're gonna fight this together, and just kind of seeing that whole thing, it really connects you with the film, and makes it an awesome film for me. But that's really all I got for that.
Real quick too, I wanted to address that with Rashad. him saying that the baby being born deaf didn't have anything to do with it, but the whole point of that was so that Rocky could have that conversation and say, okay, you have something to live for. You don't need to fight this guy. You don't need to prove anything to this guy because you have something to live for. You have to be here for this child. This child needs you. You're not gonna love her. He said, what are you gonna do if she is, if she is deaf? He said, what do you mean? What are you gonna be here? Yes, of course I'm gonna be here. Okay, well, you need to be here, So it kind of helped him get back on the right track and let him know that he had something to live for, not something to die for. So
yeah, I feel you, man. Creed 2 is a good movie. Like, if I hadn't seen Creed #1, then that would have been like, yeah, man, I feel you right there. Like, that's good stuff. It's just that Creed 1 does a much better job of all of those type of things, man. All of that. Like, it really touches those emotions so much more, man. Like, let me go ahead and get my shots in here. Ryan Coogler, bro, I am your fan from here on out, man, as long as you don't mess up. Because I've seen 2 of your movies. Black Panther was my favorite movie up until now. I was so mad at everybody in this color commentary group. I was mad at Charlie. I was mad at Danny because you guys did not tell me this movie was this good. They said, oh, yeah, that's a great movie, man. I watch it all the time. Man, this ain't no great movie. This is like the best movie. Like, this movie has knocked out Black Panther for #1 for me. I was watching this thing and I was amazed. He was touching every emotion, man. It was how he did things. I just run through a couple things. Like when the referee was in the locker room and the talking goes silent and you was like, oh, he's really focusing. And he's like, I'm really freaking out right now. I need to take a crap. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, bro, are you going to cut the tape off? Are you going to wipe my That was hilarious, man. It's like he's just an example of touching all those emotions. The scene where he's standing outside of Tessa Thompson's door, and the camera keeps going back between him and her, and she's taking out the earplugs, and then it goes back to him, and then it goes back to her one last time, and she's away from the door, and the camera just focuses in on the door and the fact that she's not there, she's gone. I was like, God, that is so beautiful. It's beautiful. The image was so striking to me. During the fight at the end, when Rocky asks Adonis why he wants to go on, and Adonis says, I want to prove that I wasn't a mistake. What? Come on, bro. That was
like, I almost had a little tear. I was like, damn, bro. Yeah, you can't stop the fight now, man. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go.
Stop the fight. You can't stop it.
Oh, bro. Almost had a tear, bro. I was so many times I was wet in the eye watching this, man. Like, like somebody just poured water right on my face, bro. The editing between Adonis's training and Rocky getting chemotherapy, beautiful, man. Beautiful, And then if you watch, when they first had their fallout, and Rocky says they're like, we're not a family. That was just some type of dream, And it's like he knew exactly what buttons to push to really, like, that was exactly the wrong thing to say. And then he comes to the prison, and that's like the best scene as far as acting in the whole movie to me. Them talking in the jail, and what's his name? Adonis says something to Rocky, and before Rocky talks, watch his face. Like his reaction in his face is just beautiful. It's like, wow, like this is some acting right here. It's amazing, man.
And I don't know how they didn't win the Oscar.
This movie did not win Best Picture. They should have won. They should have won Best Picture, and they definitely should have won Best Cast. I mean, particularly supporting actor for Rocky. I think Adonis did a great job, but I really was impressed with Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone did win the Oscar. I think Sylvester Stallone did win. He won something for it. I don't want to say it's an Oscar, but he won some prestigious award for the supporting actor role.
I know he's being nominated for this one. Or that was not nominated. I think they're thinking about nominating him for this one, but I felt that his acting was so much better in the first one. And again, that's the thing with Ryan Coogler. It's like the second movie is a really good story, but this one is a good story wrapped with incredible visuals and incredible editing. Adonis fighting stuntman for the first time, and you feel like, oh man, he just took out the first dude. It's like, anybody hit me in the face, they can have my car. He's like, bro, he's a prodigy, man. Like, he's awesome. And he fights stuntman, and then he loses his car. I was like, that is perfect.
that was so good. Come home with a black eye. We got the shades on, talking to his mama. I was like, dang.
Exactly. The only con for this movie was the fight scenes. I felt like, despite the fact that he was chasing chickens around, which I felt like he should be really fast if he's chasing chickens, I never felt he came off as a really good fighter. And also, I thought the fight scenes themselves were just how they were set up. I thought they were okay at best. It seems like Ryan Coogler's kind of weakness overall. He's not the best at the fight choreography, or perhaps he doesn't have the best people working with him to create the intensity. Because I didn't say about Creed 2, those fight scenes were epic. They were awesome. So if they can take the story from Creed 1, the editing from Creed 1, and the fight scenes from Creed 2, you got a perfect movie. But that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. We're gonna we saw here that Lion King is coming out. We got a live action Lion King. However, if there's no humans in it and it's not real people, it's not really live action now, is it? But let's talk about it. The Lion King trailer that we have coming out here. Danny J. Quick, you got 2 minutes, sir. Go ahead and tell us what you think.
I honestly don't care about this one. The Lion King was perfect to me. I don't need them to remake this one. I don't need them to remake Dumbo either. While we're on the subject,
I hated Dumbo.
Dumbo was already stupid. I hate Dumbo. Gonna be even worse. But I don't need this new Lion King because the first one was amazing. Unless they're I don't need it.
Well, they had Jungle Book. Jungle Book was amazing. That was your favorite movie for a long time.
That's true.
I got you there.
That's true. But the new Jungle Book.
He's down. 10, 9.
They count up. They count up, Rashad. They count up.
Well, I know.
Take the 8 count. Yeah. I didn't say I'm not gonna go see it. I am gonna go see it, of course, but I don't need this. I don't need this at all. And like you said, if there's no people in it, they don't even have Mowgli. They don't even have a Mowgli character to be live action. So it's still animated. It's just like Toy Story 4, just better CGI.
Yeah, I guess you are right with the live action. I don't think we had any humans on Lion King, but I'm excited about it just because that's my favorite. That's my favorite Disney film ever. I watched it religiously. Had the CD, had the little tape, little disc. Not disc. It was a little actual. What those tapes called? I forgot what they were called.
It's VHS, man.
No, not the movie. The actual soundtrack. Where we play on the little cassette tape.
Oh, the cassette.
Yes, I had the whole musical. Wanna be your mind? Yeah, I was all like that, all up in the car. That was my jam. But I'm excited to see. I just want to see how they make. I can't really say it's live action either. It's not really live action. I mean, unless they're gonna have a real lion up in there like every once in a while, just CGI the face a little bit. I don't know, but I can't wait to kind of see how they throw the music. I know they have a lot of they have Beyonce in there. Who was some of the what's the guy that plays Miles Morales?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. I think he's Simba. Of course, they had the voice of Mufasa. What's his name? James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones. There you go. Yeah. So they got some of the. Yes. I can't wait to kind of see that. I was like, when they dropped it on Thanksgiving, I was like, is that Lion King? That is Lion King. I knew they were dropping Aladdin, so I was like, okay, I figured Lion King be a year or two away.
I'm more excited about Aladdin.
You are?
Yeah.
I think I'm more excited about both of them. So I'm just gonna have a whole time. I got Toy Story 4 coming.
Yeah, I know this has been over 2 minutes, bro. Are you keeping your job?
No.
Hey, it ain't been over 2 minutes. It's only been over like a minute and a half. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely go check it out.
A whole 10 minutes for him to get his computer straight.
Yeah, that's the ringtone right there. It's coming down. I know I talked to a lot of my friends about this song. They're like, there's a lot of grown people that's gonna be going to see this. They're gonna be just taking people's kids to go see this movie because this is our generation, not you, Rashad. This is our theme right there, man. This is our jam back in the day. But yeah, I'm excited about it. What about you, Rashad?
That was from my generation too, bro. People love Lion King.
Yeah,
but okay,
13,
real
14.
quick. here's the thing for me with Lion King. Okay, I am glad. I'm gonna go a completely different way. I'm glad to see that Disney is not repeating the same mistakes as they made before with the first Lion King. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna take it a little deeper here. The only Disney movie to occur in Africa shows no cities, no industrialization at all, and no African people at all, but chooses to focus on animals on the savannah, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. I would have liked to. We got Black Panther now, so that Disney righted that. But they topped it off by having the child of two strong black characters as a white kid. I just could never get over that. That is so wrong to me. You have James Earl Jones, and I can't remember what her name was, but she was actually the wife in Coming to America as well. So they basically just reprised their roles as king and queen, and they couldn't put in a black kid to be the child of two black people.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the icon at that time.
Yeah, he was.
That was one of my major problems with the movie. So I like the fact that they're fixing that wrong, and they've brought in I don't know who the young Simba is, but having Donald Glover play the older Simba. It's like, thank you for correcting that, because I think that's important. You know what I mean? And from some of y'all who may not be African Americans, that's kind of the stuff that we have to deal with that maybe y'all don't see all the time. But it's like what would it make sense to have another story about two white characters and all of a sudden their child be black? Like, that was just weird. Why not? Also, I hope if this movie is longer than the first, I hope there's something a little bit different. Maybe Mufasa doesn't die. Maybe he's just hospitalized.
No, Mufasa getting it. He definitely getting it.
Maybe what's your boy's name? What's the monkey's name? Ricky? What's his name?
Rafiki.
Rafiki. Maybe Rafiki, he's got, like, at the very end of the movie, it's like, Simba, look. And Mufasa is, in the hospital somewhere. He's in the chimpanzee hospital somewhere, getting some good medicine in. So I just want to see something different. But I'm excited to see it. All right, guys. Well, closing thoughts. We need to go ahead and get our TKO here. I mean, our points in here. We're going to let our fans determine who won the fight here. Charlie Taylor, your closing thoughts, sir. Why do you deserve the win for Creed 1, Creed 2, and Lion King? Why did you have the best one today? And also, basically what I'm trying to say is, should people see this movie? And also, your closing thoughts.
Oh, definitely, you better go see this movie. Yes, this is a must-see. Go check it out in theaters. Don't watch on Cody or any of those other channels. Like, go support them. Go out there and check it out. It's definitely going to make you feel good. You're going to feel the impact. You got to go see it at a theater with good sound. So it's definitely it's well worth it. But yeah, I definitely won today because, I brought the energy. I brought that fire, got the Rocky stuff going on. I got my Creed going on here. And I watched the movie like 5 times. So, I brought the best points to this show. I still, you feel my little chest here? Yeah. I'm working out. What you say?
Got that taco meat all hanging out.
Got the taco meat right there. all for the big guys. We train to. We eat hamburgers and stuff. But yeah. So yeah, I won today, and we know Rashad didn't win. His technical difficulties. You see what happened to him. So I beat him up and took his phone.
I was the referee. That's the bad thing about it. I wasn't even in the fight. I was the referee.
But our closing thoughts is, guys, I had a great time today. I'm with KFH Party Easy. We do parties of all kinds. We're going to have a lot of events coming up this next year. We got a lot of movies for the children. We already talked about the Disney movies, Toy Story, Lion King, Aladdin, even Dumbo. We might do something for that too. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of things. Oh yeah, and we're trying to put something together for Aquaman. So we're going to see about getting some of our crew members to join us and hit up some of these theaters around here and check out Aquaman all together and just, have a good time just hanging out and chill afterwards. So look for that. I'm out.
Donnie Drago, how did you break this show? And also, should people see these 2 movies, 3 movies?
I must break him. No, I'm gonna give the win to Rashad. To be honest with you, I'm looking at all these comments on his little thirst trap video that he put up earlier with his shirt off, and Got all the ladies coming out talking about Rashad with his shirt off. What is going on here?
Gotta make the sacrifices, bro. I got the chest of the tiger.
You gotta do it for the team. But that's it for me, y'all. It's your boy Danny J Quick. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get my Twitter running at the Ace Blade on Instagram too. Come see us at Greensboro Comic-Con in January 12th and 13th. We'll be out there. But until next time, stay visiting with my friends. I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. Please make sure to leave your comments on the video as you see it here on Facebook or as you see it there on YouTube. Tell us who was the winner between these incredible competitors here, Mr. Danny Drago Quick and Mr. Charlie Adonis Taylor over. Who was the winner? Who had the better points? Or was it the referee? Also, like the video if you liked it. And also remember, you gotta subscribe to survive. This is color commentary. This is color oh boy. Ooh. This is color commentary. Bro, I'm freaking out. I need to go to the bathroom. Peace. I'm just gonna wipe my.
And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to power